United battle Liverpool. Get and stay connected to DSTV for football's greatest season.
Why should we pay our TV license?
The content on our local television is actually more up to date. The industry is enhanced.
It is a criminal offense not to pay your TV license and attracts a fine of 500 emalangeni or 6 months imprisonment.
And the industry is definitely blooming, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we have for you. But we'll be right back just after the break and we'll give you more of Miss V.
Pay my TV license. That's why I can enjoy the benefits of an enhanced industry and keep track with recent transformation.
Mommy, who pays for a TV license and what are they paying for?
The owners of TV set and gadget with a tuner like DVD set have to pay.
Pay your TV license at NetBank with the details provided on screen. Or use your cell phone via the mobile money pay. You could also visit your nearest post office and pay there. Pay your TV license via Eswatini mobile imali. Any TV device retailer can purchase a license to trade. Pay your TV license and enhance the industry.
Free shopping is back at Spar, where we're putting smiles on the faces of thousands of Spar Rewards customers when they win their shopping for free. Just shop any participating product, swipe your Spar Rewards card, and go big with Nivea Roll-On Deodorant for only $19.99 and 2-liter Spar Carbonated Soft Drink. Buy any 3 for just 30 emalangeni. Win your shopping instantly, only at Spar.
Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by our news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondumiso Vilagata alongside Zamanzi Manze, and here are your top stories. Senate has passed the Eswatini Broadcasting Bill of 2019 into law. The Kingdom of Eswatini remains committed to achieving Agenda 2063. The Minister of Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, calls for unity among residents and security forces to end stock theft. The news. The House of Senate has passed the Eswatini Broadcasting Bill of 2019. The bill will, among other things, facilitate the merger of Eswatini Broadcasting and Information Services with the Eswatini Television Authority by establishing the new Eswatini Broadcasting Corporation.
When the House of Senate resumed its parliamentary business on Thursday, Chairperson of the Ministry of Information, Communications and Technology Portfolio Committee, Lekina Makakula, moved that the Senate adopts the report of the Portfolio Committee on the Eswatini Broadcasting Bill number 20 of 2019. The bill, once passed into law, will see the establishment of the Eswatini Broadcasting Corporation and the conjunction of the Eswatini Information and Broadcasting Services, EPIS, together with the Eswatini Television Authority. Senator Lekina Makakula was seconded by Senator Busisiwe Dlamini on the motion.
Ngicela konke mengameli kokuhlanganisa lemisakato lemibili kutawukwenzeka ngokuthi umsakato wakithi kangwane iTVA umsakato weTV kanye nemsakato wemoya iBIS kuhlanganiswe ndawonye kuphathwe ngumphathi munye uhulumende utawukonga tinsambansamba tetimali ngokuthi uma seyihlangene le misakato itawusherishwa ema-resources nema-investors atawukhuthateka kutakangwane atowuvula imisebenzi. Loko sikusho ngani? Sikusho ngoba ema-investors lamaneni uma efika even ayathanda lokwati ukuthi tekusakata time njani, umthetho ume kanjani. Ngakulokunye menza ngameli angisho lokuthi le bill itawusita lokuthi kwande le misebenzi la even utawuchachwa sive lesinyenti ngoba le bill mengameli itawuvula ukuthi lokusakata kusakatwe ngetigaba letintsatfu 3 tier nangingasho ngesimane kutawuba khona le public broadcasting service public taba khona i-public broadcasting luphiko ngaphandle kwalomsakato wethu. Lokho ke kusho ukuthi le etindzaweni letehlukile kutawuvulwa imisakato.
The Minister of ICT, Princess Sikhanyiso, moved that the House constitute itself into the Committee of the Whole House to consider the bill before forwarding her words of appreciation before the House.
Ngamavilawa ekubonga kusebenzisana lokuhle lesibonako eneltiko. Sibonga umsawa mengameli wokuhlala hlanganisa indlu yonke. Sibonga elisekela lakhe kuthi noma kuba khona kugcika kuba kuningi kakhulu kusidumisa. Kuyasikhuthaza silitiko. Sibonga kakhulu sihlalo wethu etikweni lo sebenza ngokuthembeka nangekunakekela imininingwane yonke yalomthetho uyilandzisile. Sibonga kakhulu timphunga letihloniphekile. Sibonga ilihhovisi lengcweti yetemthetho nebameli kusibambisa. Sibonga sive netinhlangano nabo bonke labathinzekako ekwendeni lo msebenzi walomthetho ube impumelelo. Lo mthetho wekusakata sowuladelwe kabili. Losho suneminyaka lelishumi nabili solo ungakhona kushayeka.
The House of Senate then adopted the Portfolio Committee's report and then passed the Eswatini Broadcasting Act of 2019. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samkel Suekoza with Skombuzo Dlamini, Parliament.
The acting Minister of Economic Planning, Moses Vilakazi, says Eswatini has worked hard in implementing some of the Agenda 2063 requirements in various sectors, including the energy sector, health and water safety. He was speaking at the Hilton Hotel during the high-level launch of Agenda 2063 evaluation.
Eswatini is signatory to Agenda 2063, which was adopted in the 2013 African Union Summit, which seeks to rekindle passion for Pan-Africanism, and it is the continent's strategic framework that aims to deliver on its goal for inclusive and sustainable development and is a concrete manifestation of the Pan-African drive for unity, self-determination, freedom, progress and collective prosperity pursued under the Pan-Africanism and African Renaissance. The genesis of Agenda 2063 was the realization by African leaders that there was a need to refocus and reprioritize Africa's agenda from the struggle against apartheid. The Minister of Economic Planning and Development implemented the first 10-year plan of Agenda 2063. The acting Minister of Economic Planning, Moses Vilakazi, says within government the agenda was mainstreamed into the National Development Plan and funds allocated towards its implementation.
There has been an increase in the volume of intra-Africa trade from 8.3% in 2013 to 18% in 2020. Also, there has been an increase in access to electricity from 69% in 2013 to 78% in 2020. There has also been a realization of an increase in access to safe drinking water from 72% in 2013 to 75.6% in 2017. We have also realized that there is a decline in HIV infections per 1,000 population from 2.38% in 2011 to 1.36% in 2018. There's also been an increase in the proportion of seats held by women in national parliament from 18% in 2013 to 22% in 2018, amongst others.
The UNDP economic advisor Suleiman Bukha pledges to support the kingdom.
Election is important because it allows the government to evaluate where financing for development is focused. Such a reflection presents an opportunity for the government to intentionally redirect the allocation of resources to areas of need.
Eswatini is expected to present a report on the 15th of September this year. Reporting, I am Kian Msibi with Vumenkosi Nzinisa at the Hilton Garden Inn in Babane.
The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangaba Khumalo, says Eswatini can learn a lot from the government of the Republic of Nigeria and share ideas on commerce and trade. He was speaking at Summerfield Botanical Gardens when receiving his counterpart from Nigeria, the Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment, Miriam Katagum, who is in the country for bilateral talks with the Minister of Commerce on how the two countries can possibly strengthen trade relations.
The Minister of Commerce, Mangaba Khumalo, welcomed his counterpart from Nigeria, the Minister of State, Federal Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Miriam Katagum, and her delegation who are in the kingdom for bilateral relations and talks with the Minister of Commerce. Amongst other areas of interest, Eswatini hopes to strengthen interest in trade relations, cultural and creative industries. Welcoming the delegation, Minister Khumalo says they hope to gain a lot from Nigeria through these talks.
Spoke about the fact that trade between the two countries needs to improve. Eswatini currently exports just over $300 million worth into Nigeria, but we noted that Nigeria only imports into Eswatini about $177,000 worth of goods into Eswatini. So this speaks to an opportunity to continue looking for other areas where we could grow our trade.
The Nigerian Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Miriam Katagum, says over half of the population of Nigeria are the youth, thus the need to capitalize on youth issues and projects, which she understands that Eswatini has the same challenge as well of high unemployment rate amongst the youth.
We're going into a second phase of our National Sugar Master Plan, which we review every 10 years. And we want to include in that master plan, best practices, best technology, things that will move our sugar industry forward. Nigeria is a large country, huge population. As I mentioned, more than 2 million people, and more than half of them are young people. That young, energetic, that definitely will find opportunities, job opportunities, and employment within the sugar sector and other sectors of the economy.
For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian Msibi at the Summerfield Botanical Gardens.
The Eswatini Business Health and Wellness has launched the Right to Cares Adapt program. This initiative intends to promote the wellness of employees in the workplace.
The Eswatini Business Health and Wellness is launching this program in partnership with USAID. The program aims to accelerate development against pandemic threats in both the public and private sector. Through the EPH Private Sector Alliance and facilitation, over 40,000 employees in these industries have been vaccinated. The Chief Executive Officer for EPH, Tobile Dlamini, says they have witnessed a high rise in the number of mental cases during this COVID-19 era.
We're launching this partnership in particular to showcase that wellness starts in the workplace. And if we have workplaces, then we are short of productivity and healthy economy.
The Minister of Health, Lizinkosi, has applauded this initiative facilitated by EPH.
We know that government would like to provide a comprehensive service across the country. Much as we would like to do that, much as we are committed and putting a lot of resources into it, we are not able to do it all by ourselves. This is very important that Eswatini businesses, Eswatini civil society organizations are taking this up and working with us.
Over the past 12 months, the organization has administered 76,652 doses, which is 10% of the total doses administered in the country. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Thandokuhle Mdluli with Sikhumbuzo Dlamini Mbabane.
The Minister of Justice, Polilisha Kantu, has applauded the commendable job done by micro projects through the Roots and J&E construction for the successful completion of the correctional facility at Matsapa Correctional Services. Minister Shakantu was speaking during the handover ceremony of the facility at Matsapa Correctional Services.
A couple of weeks ago, the Minister of Justice, Polilisha Kantu, visited the Matsapa Correctional Facility, where she toured the then incomplete facility structure to add to the existing ones at His Majesty's Correctional Services in Matsapa. The structure has since been complete and handed over to the Minister by micro-project through the contractor, Roots and JS Construction. The Minister applauded the facility, saying it meets the 2022 First World status that the country has always required.
The correctional services nayo ifulfillile i-vision yama ukuthi 2022 sesine first world infrastructure or first world prison. Siyakubonga kakhulu sikhonda bayethe kuloko bayethe naphakathi. Sibonge futhi ke le team Commissioner General team yakho lebekuyona i-overseer lo msebenzi. Nani uqala nami nje bekenze because yamanye ukuphele within time ngoba imisebenzi lemikhulu yokhanza kusithatha isikhathi leside. Ngicela ukubonga nonke i-team yaka correctional services lebe kuyona isebenza iphusha lo msebenzi uthi nani nento umsebenzi lomuhle kakhulu. As we are piloting the project, i-facility lenje itawenza ukuthi leyo project ibe melula because you already have the technical infrastructure ukuthi labalabala batawuhlala la babeka khona umuntu aremandwe akhona la kule facility phele lokwehla benyuka ngeimoto baya embabane enkantolo. So siyabonga kakhulu nale pilot project ne electronic case management system le tawuqala lokuthi le infrastructure seyikhona itasita kakhulu lo.
She says the contractor did a commendable job. The building is big enough and will reduce congestion from the existing buildings, which were a hazard, especially during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Present were the executive command from His Majesty's Correctional Services. Reporting IMKN MCB, visuals provided by His Majesty's Correctional Services.
The Minister for Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, calls for unity among residents and security forces to end stock theft in areas situated near Eswatini and South Africa borderlines under Mangongos, Pokosini, as well as Mhlambanyati constituencies. Minister Mabuza said this during the stock theft meeting attended by farmers under the three constituencies.
Following an outcry over continuous stock theft cases near Eswatini borderlines, the Minister of Agriculture has organized a stock theft meeting for Mangongos, Pokosini as well as Mhlambanyasi constituencies as means to collect views on how to end stock theft. The Minister of Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, says the ministry will meet with all stakeholders. He talks about some of the interventions by government.
Government promulgated the Livestock Identification Act 13 of 2001 with the purpose of ensuring that the livestock is identified and traceable back to its legal owners. Even if the tags are removed and the brand marks are obliterated, what remains, the holes on the ears and the wounds on the fore and hind legs, still help us identify Eswatini animals. Government appeals to all our farmers countrywide to diligently identify their animals as per the regulations.
Mhlambanyati Member of Parliament Petros Mafimbela says the lawmakers of the three different constituencies will come up with bills which will carry stiff fines for rustlers.
Etindzabeni letitsenza kwebiwa kwetifuyo so siyiphalamende sesovele siyophakamisa leto tishukumiso de ukuthi laba baka foreign affairs aseke batsinzane balingani babo basesikhwahlande kubonakala ukuthi uma leti nkomo setiye ngale yini bese kuba likhuni ukuthi sitilanza kufuna sishukumiso ke lokho kwesibili futhi nala ma fines lekusiloyo lotholakele agangile ukhanza ukuthi lama fines semadzala kakhulu ngoba uyivila lapha ukuthi abo 1982 nakhona inesishukumiso vele sesivese silungisela ukuthi siyophakanyiswa masinyane eParliament kuze ukuthi kutobonakala ukuthi singathi khuphula njani umuntu akayevela ukuthi nakagangile kumele ukuthi ashaye kangakanani ngeSwati sifuna ke iSwati olivakalako.
The farmers complain that the quarantine center is located too far as it is found at Mapiveni. They suggested that such facilities should be spread across the country as it is expensive to transport livestock to and from the center. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, with Sifiso Nxumalo as well as Mova Shongwe Lunzi.
The Minister of Health, Liz Ngose, says to minimize cross-border HIV cases, SADC countries need to upscale SRHR programs. The minister has been speaking during the 5th regional discussions for SRHR and HIV with religious groups. The minister was represented by the Director of Health Services, Dr. Vusi Makakula.
The Kingdom of Eswatini, through the Ministry of Health, has hosted a 5th regional roundtable discussion for the sexual reproductive health for the HIV Knows No Borders project. The project is aimed at creating an enabling environment and availability of sexual reproductive health services. The project is being implemented in the Lubombo region in the Kingdom of Eswatini. The Minister of Health, Liz Ngose, says member states need to upscale SRH programs, especially for adolescent girls, as they are 10 times more likely to be infected with HIV compared to boys of the same age bracket. The minister was represented by the Director of Health Services, Dr. Vusi Makakula.
According to the latest record from Eswatini Health Information Management System, the proportion of HIV-negative adolescents getting infected with HIV every year stands at 3.84% for girls versus the 0.84 for boys in the same age group. Additionally, 1 out of every 10 girls is likely to be HIV positive, compared only with 1 out of every 100 boys in the same age group. This means that adolescent girls are 10 times more likely to be infected with HIV as boys of the same age, placing a very high burden on the girl child.
The Lubombo Regional Administrator Themba Msibi says through the program, the region has upscaled information dissemination on HIV and SRHR.
The region has made all necessary arrangements to continue delivering SRHR, HIV services, to the people of our country throughout the 6-year period, particularly where we have seen high migrant trends between our country or our neighbors, South Africa and Mozambique.
The program is also aimed at decreasing cross-border HIV cases, amongst other objectives. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samkel Suekoza with Themba Shabangu and Sontom Langeni. Babane.
The House of Senate has implored the Deputy Prime Minister's office to distribute elderly grants monthly and further declare gender-based violence as a national crisis. This was during the official sitting of the House of Senate on Thursday.
On Thursday, the House of Senate began the adoption of Portfolio Committee's reports and the Ministry's first quarter performance reports for the 2022-2023 financial year. Before adopting the Deputy Prime Minister's performance report, senators recommended that the Prime Minister's office distribute elderly grants monthly and also declare gender-based violence as a national crisis. The recommendations were delivered by Senator Prince Makufulela, who was seconded by Senator Isaac Makakula.
It is the finding of the committee that the distribution of elderly grants take long to be given monthly to elderly people. Second finding, it is the finding of the committee that gender-based violence cases are increasing on a daily, horrifying and alarming basis. Recommendations. The first recommendation reads thus: the committee recommends that consideration be given for the elderly grants to be distributed on monthly basis. The second recommendation, the committee recommends that there should be in addition to the advocacy campaigns to end the unprecedented culture of violence, in particularly the pervasive gender-based violence, GBV. The committee therefore recommends that consideration be given to declare violence besieging the country's landscape as a national crisis or disaster.
Inqomo nje ukuthi akubukakale engcenye nangidawukhuluma ngendzaba ye gender based violence ngiyonayo lele hambe embili kakhulu ukuthi awusekubukwe ngoba vele sine document, the strategic document sisho njalo sithi kulomnyaka nangomnyaka sowushona soyasiphelela 22 kanti inkinga tikhona.
The House of Senate then adopted the report of the Portfolio Committee on the Deputy Prime Minister's Office first quarter performance report for the 2022-2023 financial year. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samgal Suwekoza with Skumbuzo Dlamini, Parliament.
Dear viewers, now take a short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Free shopping is back at Spar, where we're putting smiles on the faces of thousands of Spar Rewards customers when they win their shopping for free. Just shop any participating product, swipe your Spar Rewards card, and go big with Nivea Roll-On Deodorant for only $19.99 and 2-liter Spar carbonated soft drink. Buy any 3 for just 30 Emalangeni. Win your shopping instantly, only at Spar. Free shopping is back at Spar, where we're putting smiles on the faces of thousands of Spar Rewards customers when they win their shopping for free. Just shop any participating product, swipe your Spar Rewards card, and go big with 2 kg Spar IQF mixed chicken portions for only $65.99 and Jacob's Groningen coffee, bottle or refill for just $89.99. Win your shopping instantly, only at Spar.
We'll now take a look at our financial updates.
Standard Bank. It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV, and for sports news tonight, Under-23 football national team has been drawn against Botswana in 2023 Morocco Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers preliminary stages. The games will be played between the 19th to the 27th of September this year. The draw was conducted at CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt.
On Thursday this week at CAF offices in Cairo, Egypt, a draw of the under-23 national teams was conducted in preparations for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers for the under-23 to be held in Morocco. The same qualifiers would apply as 2024 Paris Olympic Games qualifiers. The Kingdom of Eswatini was drawn against Botswana, with the games to be played on the week of the 19th to the 27th of September this year. Under 23 national team coach Sifiso Nurondibane has begun preparations, having called 24 players this week in preparations for the games. Amongst the 24 men, there is Mbabane Highlanders upcoming star Swakide Shongwe and Sihlangu Semnigati's left back Gwakem Setfa, who also plays for Young Buffaloes. Eswatini will face Egypt in their next round of fixture if they are to overcome Botswana. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, pictures sourced from CAF.
The Ministry of Sports and different plans to improve sporting activities in the country will soon begin the construction of 4 sports arenas that will accommodate different sporting courts such as basketball, volleyball and netball. The Ministry of Sports says each region of the country will have an arena with 4 arenas to cost over 2 million Malangeni.
The Ministry of Sports, in different plans to improve sporting activities in the country, will soon begin construction of 4 sports arenas that will accommodate different sporting courts such as basketball, volleyball and netball.
It's this, we can call them sports arenas just for a lack of a better word. Ngeke differentiate kahle. Mhlambe example yabo kungaba ukuthi kuba nje nangilama field of play line gravel, but it should be a fence with lavatories and so on. But the approach
Mangaliso Similane from the Ministry of Sports says each region of the country will have an arena, with the 4 arenas to cost over 2 million Malangeni.
We got 2.3 million. Yes. So then the 4 million will be best calculated roughly. It would have been a million for a region, but now we will see where that 2.3 takes us to. But at least 2 must be delivered by the end of this financial year.
The ministry says this is one way of ensuring that talent within youngsters is monitored. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera with Vomingo Sinziniza, Mbabane.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a recap of today's headlines. Senate has passed the Eswatini Broadcasting Bill of 2019 into law. The Kingdom of Eswatini remains committed to achieving Agenda 2063. The Minister of Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, calls for unity among residents and security forces to end stock theft. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.